what's known with the committee. I think that's his responsibility, in fact.
Congressman, final question on guns and gun legislation. You have been supportive of universal background checks. I'd like to know where you stand on what is gaining momentum within your party, which is a potential mandatory buyback program for assault weapons. It's something that, as you know, your former fellow congressman from the state of Texas, Beto O'Rourke, advocated passionately on the debate stage. Is that a bridge too far for you? Or do you support a mandatory buyback?
I have great respect for Beto and his opinions. I don't know if we need to go that far to cure the issue, but certainly doing intense background checks, cutting loopholes. I just recently bought a shotgun at a gun show, and the lady just looked at my driver's license, handed me the gun. Certainly something's wrong with that. We need more intense background checks. We need to close the loopholes on private sales. We need to limit magazine capacity. We need to do so many other issues before we start going into the idea of buying people's guns back. If you think back in the 70s and 80s, many of these guns were as available as they are now, but we weren't having these mass shootings that we have today. So I think we need to really ask ourselves the question of what has socially brought us to this point in history, and what have we done, and what can we do differently to change society? That's certainly a question that needs to be continued to ask. Because I don't know that taking everyone's guns and buying everyone's guns back is going to cure the national massacres that we've had in recent history.
Would it save lives?
I'm not sure. That's what I'm saying. We don't know. It may be a social issue that needs to be addressed that hasn't been. Maybe an intense social study of what's happened in America in the last 2 decades that has brought us to this point in history where we're having mass shootings almost every single month. Clearly, if buying guns back, I mean, I think that should be like the last resort. We need to start with a path of least resistance and see at what changes can be made that would cure the problem that we're having in this country.
Congressman Vicente Gonzalez, we'll have you back, and we'll spend a lot more time on